What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video we'll be talking about the first set of matches in Concacaf's second round of World Cup 2022 qualifiers. We have completed the first round and now we are in the second round, the round just before the new octagonal, where Jamaica, Costa Rica, Honduras, Mexico, and the United States of America await these teams, and the battle is tense. The battle is hot, and only 3 teams will move on. Yesterday we had 3 matches between St. Kitts and Nevis and El Salvador, Haiti hosting Canada, and Panama hosting Curacao in Panama City, in a rainy night in Panama City for a very, very exciting clash. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through each and every game. I'll give you my thoughts and we'll react to the results so far. Bam! St. Kitts and Nevis 0 at home, El Salvador 4. What a performance by La Selecta to go to Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis, and crush the Sugar Boys. Crush them down to powder, down to dust. And I think with that 4-0 win, El Salvador pretty much through to the octagonal. We had a 3rd-minute goal from a corner routine by Tony Rugamas, and then Joshua Perez put in one in the 20th minute, and Rugamas in the 27th again, and Darwin Seren, who was part of the team that last played against St. Kitts and Nevis, scored a penalty in the 64th minute. St. Kitts and Nevis did get a few look-ins, primarily a late chance by Mr. Williams, and that should have been a tap-in. Really, really nice run by Keith Roy Freeman, and he was unable to tap that in, and that was very, very disappointing on St. Kitts and Nevis's behalf. They were outplayed, thoroughly outplayed throughout the game. They had Romain Sawyers of West Bromwich Albion, but it seems like he wasn't even on the field. Their best player was goalkeeper Julani Archibald, who had to pull off save after save after save. If it wasn't for Archibald, it could have been 10-0. And I'm not exaggerating at all. I never expected St. Kitts and Nevis to really put up a fight against El Salvador here, but they had little moments in the game where they did play well. You could see frustration by their striker, Paniatu, up top. He was very frustrated throughout the game, and the team never really looked to trouble El Salvador too much. You got to give it to El Salvador for a very, very, very professional performance, and it would be interesting to see how they do perform amongst CONCACAF's best in the octagonal. In terms of stats for this game, 10 shots at goal, well, 15 shots at goal, 10 on target for El Salvador, and as I said, Julani Archibald. Freeman is the striker. Julani Archibald in goal was kept very, very busy. 10 shots at goal. That's 10 saves, basically. No, that is actually 6 saves, 4 in the back of the net. Focus. 6 saves, 4 in the back of the net, 15 shots. Few of them went wide, 5 went wide. 67% of the ball. El Salvador passed the ball very, very well on a rather uneven playing field in Basseterre. Not the best playing field, I must say, but El Salvador went there. They adapted to the situation, adapted to conditions, and they did well. 83% pass accuracy. They did commit 17 fouls. It was a very, very cagey affair. St. Kitts and Nevis, on the other hand, they had 11 shots at goal. Most of them went wide. Most of them were just speculative shots that were blasted wide of the goalpost or went way over the crossbar. 1 shot on target. That was a pretty tame shot that didn't really test the goalkeeper that much. They only had 33% of the ball. 288 passes with a 78% pass accuracy. So quality stuff by El Salvador in this game to actually pick up a convincing 4-0 affair. And I must say, this tie is over. This tie is over. when St. Kitts and Nevis do visit El Salvador on Tuesday, it's over. It's already over. For El Salvador, though, I don't think they should actually be complacent here and go ahead rotating the team too much. They should still put out a strong 11 so that they could test their best 11 for when they go into the octagonal. So very, very good job here by El Salvador. And they should be proud of themselves. They were convincing throughout the first round and convincing in their first, second round game. So the manager, Hugo Perez, will be a happy man. All his tactics, his strategies are working so far. But as I said, it will be interesting to see how they fare in the next round. Leonardo Neva has done a pretty good job with the St. Kitts and Nevis unit. I don't think they should keep their heads down. They should continue trying to just develop this team. If they have a few players abroad who could hold St. Kitts and Nevis passports, they could bring them in and try to improve this team because they do show a lot of promise. And to pip Trinidad and Tobago to this spot is a big, big, big achievement. So for the next game, guys, we're going to go on to the Canada versus Haiti match where Canada won 1-0 in Port-au-Prince on that artificial turf. The thing about a lot of teams here, they have to adapt to conditions, and I think Canada, they played well, but this game is a game that I think could have ended in a draw, and at the end of it all, you could all conclude that Haiti did deserve something from this game the way they played. Canada scored in the 14th minute through Kyle Larin. That was from a goalkeeping error, a little mix-up with his defender, and Larin was there for the tap-in. Larin did get another chance, 1v1 with the goalkeeper, which he scuffed. So Canada would rue their missed chances. Jonathan David did also get a chance, 1v1 with the goalkeeper. That was well saved by Placide. And Haiti did have two great chances, both coming to Francis Perrault, the big striker who plays in Ligue 1 in France, but none of them ended up in the back of the net. I think Haiti, they didn't have the best the first half, but in the second half, they really came out and they really took the game to Canada. I was a bit nervous for Canada in the second half there, and they were very lucky not to concede. A few times, Milan Boyan did rush off his line fast enough to close down whatever opportunity Francis Perrault had there. And you got to give the goalkeeper some credit in that situation. So Haiti 0, Canada 1. The Haitians would still have belief here when they meet the Canadian team a couple days from now in Illinois, USA at the SeatGeek Stadium, where Canada has taken up camp as their new home since COVID restriction have prohibited teams from traveling into Canada. So for Haiti, 6 shots at goal, 2 on target, comparing to Canada's 5 shots at goal, 4 on target. So Placide, very busy man on the day, busy are the 2 goalkeepers. Canada with 53% of the ball, Haiti with 47%, a pretty even affair. Similar passing stats, similar passing accuracy, 16 fouls per team. It was very even on the day. And Canada were able to revenge that loss. They suffered at the 2019 Gold Cup when they led it 2-0, only for Haiti to come back to beat them 3-2 and move on to the semis. So Canada had that in the back of their minds, and they went out. They executed their plan well, but I think they could have done a lot better here. Canada, I think, missed the trick by not beating Haiti by like 3-0 or 3-1, because it surely could have ended that way, but not taking their chances. And, you know, you got to give kudos to Haiti for putting on a very good performance against a Canadian team that boasts the likes of Kyle Larin, who I think could have been a lot better on the day. You have Jonathan David winning the League on title with Lille, and Alphonso Davies, Champions League winner in Bundesliga, multiple Bundesliga winner with Bayern Munich. So definitely got to give it to the Haitian team here. Standout player for Haiti, goalkeeper Placide. I think the number 4 defender Ade was quite busy. Alcius, think, had a really, really good game. And Perrault, even though he didn't score, he threatened the Canadian backline. So right now, Canada hold the aces, and they go into the second leg with a 1-0 lead and also a 1 away goal lead. So I'm not too sure if the away goal rule is the decider here in case it comes down to a tie. You guys could also let me know that in the comment section down below. It's a great way for you to participate. But an away goal is a great thing to pick up for Canada. So let's see how the second leg goes. I'm predicting Canada to go through, just like I'm predicting El Salvador to go through. So far, my predictions are very on point. It makes me feel good. It's not that I'm backing Canada and I'm not backing Haiti. I don't want Haiti to do well. It's just how, I assess the situation. So last but not least, the most exciting game of them all, Panama 2, Curacao 1 in Panama City. A rainy night in Panama City. This was a good game. Oh my God. This was very exciting. We had a goal by Quintero in the 55th minute. That was a very cheeky goal that caught the Curacao defense off guard and Eloy Room off guard, who was the busier the 2 goalkeeper on the night at first. So just hold your horses there. Waterman scored in the 77th minute, and that was a really good sequence of play. And then Janga, the big lanky striker for Curacao, tapped in rebound after a goalkeeping error. So good match. I think Panama dominated the game up until I think the last 15 minutes where Curacao, the last 15 minutes after Cecilia Waterman scored, the Curacao team, they got desperate. You could sense the desperation, and they know they needed something at least to take away something from this game. Hence the urgency. And to trouble Luis Mejia late in the game, they were able to actually pick up that goal, that solitary goal through Rangelo Janga, big striker there, who was mostly isolated for most of the game because Panama, they held the aces. They were the better team. They had most of the ball. But I think Curacao played themselves in the game very late. And you could see interim manager right now, Patrick Kluivert, he was very happy. And Curacao will be feeling that they could go home and actually get something to win this game. Maybe a 1-0 win would do it with the away goal. And I do think away goal is the decider. So, good stuff by Curacao. So, for this game, Panama's 13 shots at goal. I think their striker, not striker, but the midfielder, the more attacking, creative force, Bárcenas, was a bit wasteful. Edgar Bárcenas, one of the brightest players on the day, but he could have done a lot better. If, let's say, Gabi Torres was on the end of a lot of those chances, it could have been something different. Jose Luis Rodriguez, the man who plays his football in Croatia, was very lively. I like how he bulked up, though. He was one of the bright spots from the 2018 World Cup qualifying campaign, and they eventually made the World Cup as debutants. He had a really good header that he put wide. That would have been a nice goal if he had put that in. And the standout player for me on the night for Panama, my player of the match, I was so impressed with this guy. And then his name is Adalberto Carrasquilla. This guy is a gem. He's only 22 years old. He plays for FC Cartagena, and he is definitely one to actually keep your eye on, man. And that's FC Cartagena, and that's in Spain. That's in the Segunda División. So I'm I'm really not. Now I see where he is playing. I'm not surprised by his quality. This player has a bright future. Adalberto Carrasquilla. Lovely name as well, man. So you got to give it to him. He was the man on the night. So they would need him firing on all cylinders when they play the return leg in Curacao. So for Curacao, I think they have to, get the forwards involved a bit more often. They had Janga and Juninho Bacuna playing furthest ahead. And I mentioned this in my build-up to these matches. Curacao are missing something up top. In the midfield and in the defense, they don't look too bad at all. Seriously, Swente Alberto, a man who was mostly based in Netherlands football, Cuca Martino, and Julian Gari, they were solid for the most part. They were very troubled, but solid for the most part, and have been solid for the most part. And Eloy Room is the one that kept Curacao in this game. Had to pull off a few big saves, and we know what he's capable of doing. He was a hero for the 2019 Gold Cup run by Curacao. So Curacao, not a tall mountain to climb, but they have a hill to climb when they go home to defend, try to actually not defend, but actually try to come back into this tie. And I should say that Panama would have a tough task to defend this lead, because Curacao are going to come all guns blazing. I know Curacao has the quality. I know they have potential of, let's call it an upset in Panama, seeing that Panama made it to the World Cup last time around. But I still fancy Panama coming through here. I think they have gotten their act together under Thomas Christensen, and the Dane have them playing, I think, as good as they were during 2018 World Cup qualifiers and before. So congratulations to Panama, Canada, and El Salvador for getting one foot into the door of the octagonal. But it is not over. Are we going to see any comebacks here? We're surely not going to see a comeback in the game between St. Kitts and Nevis and El Salvador. I think that one is over. I really think that one is over. So the games would be, I was thinking it was Tuesday for the game. The games would be on Wednesday, the 16th. I wanted the games to be on Tuesday because I'm actually free. Tuesday evening, I would have been able to talk about those games. I still might come back and talk about those games late Wednesday. But I really thought the games were on Tuesday, the 15th of June. But it's Wednesday, so I apologize for that. So in Willemstad, Curacao, they will take on Panama. At the Toyota Park, SeatGeek Stadium, Bridgeview, Illinois, Canada will take on Haiti. And in Estadio Cuscatlan in San Salvador, El Salvador, they would take on St. Kitts and Nevis, and they would have the most comfortable tie to go into, seeing that they did so well in the first leg. So, guys, that'll be it for my review of the first leg of the first leg of round 2. I don't know why I said first leg of the first. But first leg of round 2 Concacaf World Cup qualifying matches for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. It was a pleasure. I watched all 3 games, even though it was quite difficult. I was actually barbecuing some ribs, watching a bit of Euros that I have to run and go and catch right now. But I made sure I watched all 3 games so I could have a lot of context to talk about when I come to discuss the games with you. So if you have anything more to add, if I missed any talking points, I'm only human, leave it in the comment section down below. So guys, all the best to all the teams, even the ones on the back foot right now, and may the best teams go through to the octagonal. So from your boy Dominic Rich, I would continue covering Concacaf World Cup qualifiers. As you know, it's my favorite confederation. It's a confederation that I reside in. I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, if you don't know. And I live in America, New York, America. So I'm sort of conflicted in a way. Who should I back for, St. Vincent or America? Yeah, both. But you get the point. But guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, subscribe if you're new. Hello to all the new subscribers, by the way. Like the video if you like it. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. I hope I did a good job. Did I?